Hi there. How are you? Hey, everybody. It's Monday, and you know what the hell that means. It's time for Moohead Radio. Bing! Day after. Now, if you've been listening to this show lately, you need to have your head examined.
You need help, serious help.
But I will say this. The storm that the media continues to try to whip up, and virtually everything that I have said in the last couple of weeks that gave me the indication that one would be fired and one would not came to pass. So maybe you'll take one little step further with me so that I can give you an idea of what the Browns should do versus what they should not do. Yeah, will do, right? That's I try not to look at it that way, but it's hard, isn't it?
Oh, so hard.
All right. We start with this headline as the fire throwers and fire starters, they start right up.
Fire starters.
Yeah. Browns fire Kevin Stefanski, keep Andrew Berry, ? This must be bizarro world.
Oh, God.
Now, I tried to explain that Jimmy's not going to get rid of his money guy. Okay. All right? He's not going to do that because Jimmy loves his money more than he loves his wife, more than he loves anything else. He cheated. Cleveland. He cheated, right. He cheated and lied for that money. God only knows how much he loves that. The only thing he loves more than that is his own ego. So, yeah, don't tell me that Andrew Berry has nothing to do with much of anything, because in the end, it appears that Jimmy Haslam gets what Jimmy Haslam wants. So I don't sit there and, the last draft we had was pretty good, but there are things that have been really lacking in the Browns drafting. So I kind of wanted to take this from the very beginning, as Julie Andrews would have said. Let's start from the very beginning. That's a very good place to start. Oh, no.
Oh, a deer,
that's
a
right.
Female deer, Ray, a pocket full of sun.
Oh my God!
Me a name I call myself. Far long place to run.
Okay.
So I need.
Okay, enough. You were just testing to see how long I would let you go on.
A drink with jam and bread.
Oh my God!
It'll bring us back to dough.
So let's talk about the aftermath of the Cleveland football game, because the post-game show, I was in one track thinking, knowing that Kevin was going to be gone. Would it be that night or in the morning? And they let him not sleep before they announced it. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Like like the Atlanta fucker.
It's a cruel fucking business. I did not mention on the post-game show yesterday, I was a little bit down on the performance of Shedeur Sanders. I really felt that the start that he got off to after the first pass was fugly, and he did not appear to be ready to play. And everything then took the weird turn of the Browns actually scoring 2 touchdowns defensively, which we won't see in our lifetime again.
Ever again.
No. And back-to-back 15-yard penalties and,
the whole thing.
All of that amazing. Good stuff. But what it did is it got so bad that then, the Bengals would get the ball and hold on to the ball for a while, but they'd fuck up. And meanwhile, Shedeur's on the bike trying to stay warm. I mean, yeah. So, but when push came to shove, you watched a lead that looked like it was the winning lead go to hell by once again the defense letting down and letting them score, and 1:29 left. And I wasn't even thinking at that point of the game. It's like, well, how is Shedeur going to handle this? I was like, boy, Stefanski is really going to get the axe, and it's going to be bloody. But much to the credit that I'd have to give, Shedeur hung in and assisted on that final drive. He played with more poise than he had played earlier with the game on the line. He made an important swing pass to Dylan Sampson, who went north-south and picked up necessary yardage. There were a couple of plays made. They utilized the clock properly. They didn't fuck up. And there was one other thing that I wanted to mention that I kind of was really pissed off about, was when the Browns were deep in their own territory and Shedeur let the clock run out, the play clock.
Yeah.
And he had no idea where the play clock was. And everybody was like, they were all ready to jump on that. It's like, he's not ready. He didn't even have his mind on the play clock. Where was Stefanski? All Stefanski has to do is this in front of the referee when he sees his quarterback ain't going to do it. And what did Stefanski do after the penalty was assessed?
He kind of shrugged and called the timeout.
He went like this.
Yeah, there you go.
It's never him. This time it's him. Fuck you, Kevin. It's you this time. Right. I had to get that out of my system.
Feel better now, I hope.
Andrew Barry said this about Shedeur. I think we saw a lot of progress this year with him. I think that's both mentally, physically, and playing the position. He's still very much a work in progress, like many rookie quarterbacks are. But I think we saw some really good things in terms of playmaking, accuracy, and his ability to extend with his feet. And I think I'd also give him credit as well as our offensive staff bringing him along in terms of pocket management. He goes, but with that being said, we're going to do our work on the quarterback market. It's too important of a position, and it's something that has to be solidified. I can't sit here and tell you today whether the solution for the starter in 2026 is internal or external. It's kind of like bleeding, folks.
Neither one of them is good.
No, but it's something that we're going to work through over the next several weeks. And quite honestly, the new head coach will also have a lot of input into that as well. And they call him the head coach. Jimmy Haslam knows why. Woo! Go down on my pecker. Woo!
And that's starting quarterback for your Cleveland Browns in 2026. Number 10, Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
But here's what I have to say. And
What do you have to say?
It's predicated on more business comparisons, because what this program has that, people say, well, that guy's old. Yes, I'm old by standards of doing this. The fact that I've been doing it for 25 years, nobody talks about that. And I wasn't old when I was 43. But yeah, today I'm old. And it's like, he has no valid takes. And this, I have lived the decisions that these people are going to make. And these idiots who are, all of these, the young guys who, quite honestly, besides doing what they do, and I know disc jockeys, I didn't want disc jockeys running my business, to be very honest with you. They were very important, but not that way. They have no insights as to what the proper thing to do is. And I'm going to call Andrew Barry out and say, no, the quarterback position is not the most important position. And let me explain.
Please.
If you stayed up to watch the Pittsburgh-Baltimore game.
Oh, I tried. I gave up when J.J. Watt had the interception, and I missed all the scoring.
Yeah, and the Steeler fans were like, yeah, I told you he'd make it happen coming back. The ball just fell into his arms. The guy,
Hey.
yeah.
Hey.
Overrated.
Yeah, but the whole quarterback is the most important position. Aaron Rodgers at 42. Did you see him running like he had shit in his pants?
Oh, yeah.
I think he had.
Yeah, it's like, holy moly. Do make that stop. I have a big thing saying, we're having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be an issue on Facebook's end. That's right, Bending Spoons. Point your finger to another direction. It couldn't possibly be you.
Somebody else. Yes, that's the role today.
Yeah, and I can't remove this damn thing off my screen, so I can't see the fucking comments now.
Oh, I don't think anybody's commenting anyway, are they?
I don't know.
Boy, the end of that game, though.
Yep.
The end of that game last night is kind of Justin Tucker's career, and he doesn't. But he got happy. It was a happy ending to the team that got cut. That cut him for getting happy endings.
Happy ending. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Very good. That's almost up there with the Little Caesars moment.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
That will still be your finest hour.
Yeah. That one was more off the cuff, and I didn't have to explain it. But
that's the important thing.
Yeah,
but again, it's all the quarterback, and I'm sitting here watching a 42-year-old man crapping his pants, and he's, he had the corner under normal situation, and he didn't even go for the first down. He just ran out of bounds, and he ran out of bounds. Right, and then you have a quarterback who overrated. Who the only way he makes a big play these days is if he manages to somehow escape from certain death in the backfield, and one of his receivers just starts running in the opposite direction, and for some reason the defender doesn't go with him. You get a bit, and that's what happened there. These two teams both suck.
They're awful. Yeah.
And this is the greatest news that I can give all Browns fans. As bad as the Browns were this year, and believe me, they were bad. They're only 4 games behind in the win column.
One game behind Kansas City in the win column.
To make this even worse is that these are 500 teams, and they have players who are old, washed up, and I'm prepared to say that Lamar Jackson is washed up.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have the same. I mean, when he would run out of the pocket, he's trotting out of bounds now. He's not trying to make those really fancy spinning moves, and he couldn't. He had body armor on. Did you see what they put over him before the game?
Yeah.
My God, it looked like one of those things that they, except for the nipples, they leave the nipples out. I don't know. It was. Weird. He's so bundled up, he can't move, and he's playing hurt, and he's saying he's okay, and he's obviously not. He's not the same player that he was. And neither is Aaron Rodgers. And there is no backup quarterback on the horizon, young guy, who's going to make them any better than what they are now. So, and the Bengals have kept Zach Taylor. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
And their general manager, too, man. It's like a win double down there in Cincinnati.
I mean, that's just perfectly good enough for Mike Brown. He's happy. He's a happy guy. He's got what he wants. So if you're the Cleveland Browns, it's like, if we just get incrementally better, fuck the quarterback thing. Fuck the whole. I'm so sick of hearing quarterback. It's like Deshaun Watson, quarterback. And, and Sam Darnold, quarterback. and people taking these wild swings and misses on people, and they never amount to anything anyway. And we don't have to do that. If we field a team, I mean, with an offensive line and wide receivers, if we bring back the defense we have and we draft a few more defensive guys we can later in the draft.
Good cornerbacks would be good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Backup cornerbacks, because our guys get hurt all the time.
Absolutely.
So and that's not to mention the guys you can get, like the Malik Collins guys who are veterans who you can fill in on your offensive line, which you need to have backup in your defensive line. If we just made those basic changes and we got 2 quality offensive linemen and 2 quality wide receivers.
Wow.
If we managed to do that,
it'd be Christmas in Cleveland, man.
Not only that, I think Shedeur can do as well as Aaron Rodgers.
I think we would have the best offense in the division if we could do that.
And I believe Shedeur could be a 500 quarterback, just like Lamar and just like Aaron Rodgers.
And Joe Burrow, I believe, for that matter.
But great? No, I'm not going to even suggest great. But those other guys aren't great. So they shut the fuck up about this aura of the Steelers and the Ravens. That aura blew up in the sky in that game. Nobody wanted to win the most important game of the year. They just kept peeing their pants over and over again until a massive rash formed on their thighs. It was embarrassing.
Oh, man, how many times did Pittsburgh have the fucking ball on the 1 yard line and not score a touchdown?
And that crazy beady-eyed Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, he didn't have his sunglasses on the whole game.
I mean, when he looks like the male version of Monty Dearest.
Yeah, when he doesn't have his
shit.
Sunglasses on, he just looks like he's drugged out on something.
Yeah.
But anyway,
so look how close the Browns are. Stop focusing on the quarterback for 1 minute, you brain-addled morons, and stop and look at the glass half full instead of the glass half empty. And so here's my lesson, and I will describe it in certain business ways.
Tell us.
And for young people who want to listen to this, you'll learn something. And for the older people, you're going to be nodding your head and saying, sometimes patience is a virtue.
I remember back in the day too, Yeah.
Now, I'm going to put something up here that is a primary example. All right, let's see if sharing the screen. Here we go. See if this works. All right. I think we got it. Add to stage. Okay. Here we are.
Here we go.
This is from an old publication, 1998. The Duncan radio ratings.
Wow. It's back when loads of people owned radio stations.
That's right. Exactly right.
People. Not
back when it was really a business and not a monopoly, right?
Yeah. Wow.
In 1997, I sold Flint, Michigan, and bought a group of radio stations in Binghamton, New York. All right. And I've blued out for you the call letters WMRV. That was the call letters. It used to be owned by Merv Griffin at one time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's true.
Wasn't everybody? You and Wheel of Fortune. Jesus Christ.
But in the divorce proceedings, his wife got the assets. So the Griffin family held it for quite a long time. And as a matter of fact, when I went in the first time, I looked at people and said, "We'll be right back." And they really didn't think it was funny. There has to be.
I'm laughing my ass off, and Tony Ducap's going, "Who is these fuckers?" Merv Griffin.
Yeah. So we bought the thing in October of 1997. All right.
God damn, I remember where I was. That's when Princess Diana died, by the way.
Yep.
Very, very end of August that year.
And this was the spring ratings report from all over the country from a company called Duncan Radio Ratings. And this guy, Jim
They
Duncan,
gave you donuts.
Jim Duncan, he came out with these publications. I subscribed to his stuff, and now it's online. So he lives forever, which is great. I was able to look this up. And this shows what the Browns should do. If you look at the stations at the top, you have Altoona, Johnson City, Manchester, in New Hampshire, Knoxville, Tennessee, Terre Haute, Indiana, Wheeling, West Virginia. Okay. And we down number 12, WMRV. And I've blued out the format as CHR, Contemporary Hit Radio. That's top 40 in radio language.
Yeah.
We, in our first ratings book, 6 months after I purchased the radio stations, had the highest share rating in the country, in the United States of America, for top 40 radio stations.
For that format. Yeah,
in Binghamton, New York. Now, it starts with deciding what you want to be, folks. And if you look at the far right-hand side where it says 1997 revenue, you'll see the owner, Majak.
Yep.
Those, the first 2 letters of my first name and the first 3 letters of my father's first name.
Yep.
At only $800,000. Oh.
Mm.
All right. Now something's wrong if you have an 18.4 share, but your revenue is only 800. But we had just purchased it. The station wasn't billing shit when we got there. Within 2.5 years, that 97 revenue in dollars would have been $4 million.
Yeah.
But it all started with the decision that the market needed a crisp and clean top 40 radio format because it was not present in the market, and it would steal people that were not being earned. Their listenership was not being earned by WAAL, The Whale, which was a classic rock station. And we saw all kinds of room for growth. I didn't go in and say, who's the best morning guy? The morning guy is the most important thing. John Lanigan is the most important, all that bullshit. Fuck that shit.
Wow.
Fuck that shit. The most important position, you got to have listeners, motherfuckers. You got to have fans.
Fans are the most important position, not the quarterback.
And to have a vision, to have a plan, and you have to decide what you're going to be. Now, I'm bringing this up for a simple reason. I watched the 2 teams who were vying for the AFC North entry into the postseason, and let me stop that screen.
Boo.
And what are they? And what, to my reckoning, the Ravens and the Steelers are the same team.
Pretty much.
They want to play defense, and crunch you and injure your players.
Yep.
And they're going to run unimaginatively up the field, either with their scrambling quarterback or their running backs, and they're going to sledgehammer you. And they're going to get in cozy with the NFL.
And they're going to throw to their tight ends when they're healthy.
That's exactly right. They're the same fucking team. Now, you have to figure out not what quarterback you need. These fucking dumb journalists and idiots on the internet. You've got to figure out what your path is to winning the AFC North. What do you have to do to bust these motherfuckers? What do you have to do?
Play better offense. would be a start.
You have to figure out what will break the spirit of that team. Because what they're counting on is that the Bengals and the Browns will continue being absolute pansy ninnies and continue to keep rehiring Zach Taylor or, or Kevin Stefanski or whoever over and over again. Because they're not growing. They're actually receding. They're not growing.
No, yeah.
So, I look at this and I say, there is a massive opportunity here. And to David Talevsky, to go online, just look up Duncan, DUNCAN radio reports, and you can get them from all the way in the 70s, all the way up to when Jim stopped doing it back in about 2004.
That's wild, man. I was looking at the ownership. Is any of them still in existence other than Clear Channel?
Yeah, Queer Channel, yeah.
Is Capstar still around?
I wouldn't even know. I mean, it is a kind of an interesting... and
probably none of them are.
See, there was one here, Connoisseur, that was the outfit we sold our Flint operation to at the time. So at any rate, that's the first thing you got to do. You got to make a decision who your head coach is going to be. And based on the personnel you already have, you're not going to worry about, I got to get a morning guy. I got to get a quarterback. You're not going to worry about that bullshit. You look at what you have and what you don't have, and you better start getting what you need. And for the Cleveland Browns, if you have wide receivers and an offensive line, you can always get the quarterback the following year. Because if you have a quarterback who's just as good as second-year Shador, and you're a 500 team, you're in the running.
You can be in the playoffs.
You could be lucky. And if I hear one more thing about fucking Baker Mayfield, Baker Mayfield is an 8-9, 9-8 quarterback. Well, you made the playoffs at 9-8 or 8-9. He had a chance. I mean, give me a fucking break. He's playing in a weak division. That's the fact.
Oh, I'd rather have Bryce Young, but hey ho, that might not be a popular comment.
But 500 or slightly under is going to win in that. They're terrible.
Chlamydia over syphilis, Bronx.
Yeah. But I guess that's the way I look at things. It's like you don't jump from being an unimportant team who sucks to being a Super Bowl contender. It doesn't work that way, and it never will. But if you shore up the weaknesses you have, I don't think Dylan Gabriel, from what I saw, would be good enough to be a 500 quarterback. But I do believe that Shador Sanders is good enough to be a 500 quarterback. Now, he has to improve at certain things, and I'm not, and he needs to learn a new system, and there has to be an understanding of what his strengths are taken into account. But you're not going to win against the Steelers or the Ravens playing Kevin Stefanski ball, which is, we're going to dominate the clock, and we're going to hold on to the ball. We're going to get a lot of first downs. We're going to keep it close and win in the end. It never worked. Yeah, they had players who were used to doing it for their whole fucking careers. You got to find out something more explosive that will take care of these teams and get them out early. I mean, you could have flipped a coin in that Pittsburgh-Baltimore game. It was embarrassing. It's like, wait a minute. Oh, the Ravens are going to win. No, wait a minute. Steelers are going to win. Wait a minute. I mean, it kept changing like the fucking weather.
Well, I just was so tired. I mean, you got to remember, it was like 3 a.m. here when I gave up on that, and I thought, fuck me, man, I just can't cope with any more of this. Yeah, it was terrible.
And and when all was said and done, I there's overrated, and I will do this for Joe Shitley, who I know is watching, because you know what he's doing. He's giving himself paper cuts. That's what he's doing right now. The sick motherfucker. Yeah. But I'll say this. Loop! That this is the intelligence level of Pittsburgh fans. Move! Yeah. And loop! You remember when Cordell Stewart played? It was spook!
Yeah.
They're ignorant. They're stupid. And that kick, he aimed it in the wrong place. How do you have a short kick like that? And the second it left his foot, it went straight, right where he aimed it, 5 yards wide of the goalpost.
Wow.
I cannot figure that out. Nobody's even talking about that.
That's like going bowling and your hook not hooking and going straight into the gutter. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do not, for the life of me, understand any of it. So that's the way the game ends. I love the look on Lamar Jackson's face. He got up and he was going to run out like, we won. And all of a sudden he got this.
The surrender cobra.
Yeah. You know what he looked like?
What do you look like?
He looked like your ex-girlfriend, whoever you are listening, when you told her that it was over, when she thought for sure she had you hooked.
Wow. No.
And yeah, that was the look of disbelief, astonishment, and why Lamar thinks he played well enough to deserve to win, why Pittsburgh would believe they played well enough to win. The fact is that the Bengals will be nothing as long as Zach Taylor is there, and Joe Burrow will continue to get hurt.
Yeah.
And we could make a move that could be a significant move. Now, I want to read something because Bronk mentioned something before the show began.
I did.
And this one, let's see if I can pull this up. And
yeah, it has to do with my 44% on my name today.
I will say, before we get to that, looks like Kebby ain't going to be out of a job long.
Yeah,
who's talking to him?
it?
Yeah,
Adam Schefter is reporting that Kevin Stefanski is currently the odds-on favorite to be the next head coach of the New York Football Giants.
Oh wow! I thought he'd go to Las Vegas.
That's where Shermer went.
Yeah.
And Brian Daboll. So yeah, maybe.
I don't know why I'm.
Well,
go ahead.
Go ahead, David.
It makes sense because that's actually closer to home for him.
Stefanski is also expected to speak with the Falcons and Titans, but odds are pointing to him having a union with New York.
Wow. Just wow. I can see that for some reason I lost a tab here, but it doesn't matter. I'm putting it back up now.
Oh, try Diet Coke. It's better than 10.
In 21 seasons,
There's a reference.
This coach, 21 seasons, reached the playoffs 13 out of 21 seasons. He only had 2 losing records in his entire career.
He did.
He was named Coach of the Year with one team in 2004 that he turned around that went 4-12 one year and 12-4 after he got there. However, he only won 5 of his 18 postseason games, the big 5-13 record, never made a Super Bowl.
Wow.
He concluded his career with a 61.3% winning percentage and a 278. 27.8. What?
Marty Schottenheimer.
Marty Schottenheimer.
Uh-huh.
And get this.
Marty
This
Ball.
puts it in perspective. It's the only losing playoff record for an NFL coach who has 200 wins. He is the only eligible NFL coach with at least 200 regular season wins who's not been inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. All right.
Wow.
Now,
that's staggering, really.
it is staggering how many games he won. But I guess what I'm saying is this. Marty couldn't get you over the hump, but Marty got you there. And so you got to hire a head coach who has a good plan that fits in with the skill set of the people that you have and the people that you're drafting. He doesn't have to have a career 61% victory ratio. He's just a person who doesn't have brain damage like the previous coach, who got so hung up on doing things my way.
Or the one prior to that, we had even more brain damage, Freddie Kitchens. Or the one prior to that was even more of a dickhead, Hugh Jackson. And we'll ignore the interim bit of Greg, whatever his name was. But yeah, I mean, amazing.
Yeah. So,
brain damage. Yes, we just need somebody who knows what they're doing. We don't need to get somebody. I mean, isn't Schottenheimer's son available?
Bride of Frankenstein.
That would be nepotism, wouldn't it?
I suppose you would call it something. And I love these, we're so over this, okay? It's so beyond all this. He's gone.
He's gone. He's like talking about, the dead, He's gone.
Oh, here you go. Ozzy Osbourne. It's a shot in the dark, one step away from you. Yeah, I'll tell you what I think about the 34.5 kV substation upgrade. Suck my dick. All right. There, I told you what I thought of that. Yeah, the level of head coach candidates.
Suck my dick.
Well, that's my assessment. But Marty Schottenheimer will never be remembered as a great coach because he didn't get the big win. And same thing with, Sam Rutigliano. But they were able to get through to players. And I've always said that had Marty been able to keep his offensive coordinator, Lindy Infante, it would have been a different outcome. But you see, what happens is these guys, and you can't blame them. I mean, a guy like Schottenheimer was a linebackers coach for the Browns. He was like a defensive coach. He was, he was for his whole career an underling. When he finally got that opportunity to be a head coach, he was going to hold on to that, like a bird of prey captures, a mouse. He ain't going to let go with his talons. And that was Marty Schottenheimer. And when Lindy Infante went bye-bye to Green Bay, well, I think I know enough about this offense. No, you didn't. And that's why you never won the big game.
No.
Because you were doing it your way instead of bringing capable people in. Now, what I flashed earlier in the program about the highest radio CHR top 40 ratings in the country, I sat in on every programming meeting. But Don Hurley was my program director. And Don Hurley did a magnificent job. And he trained people and made people better air talents. It wasn't me who went in and said, "You're not going to play this song." Yeah,
with your mustache twirling.
Yeah, you see?
The dastardly moohead.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, Fairnell. That sounds like Dwayne Stat.
Dwayne
Dudley
Stat doing
Do-Right.
Dudley Do-Right.
Dwayne Stat has to get into everything, you know?
Is he
Wouldn't
in
it be
mourning?
great? Dwayne Stat in a porn movie?
I said, suck my dick. What's so hard about that?
Uh,
Are they in mourning in Tampa Bay because they missed out in the playoffs? Because they got every fucking referee call in their favor in that during that game. It was getting obscene. But anyway, they missed out.
they missed out.
Mm.
So the first thing you do if you're the Cleveland Browns is you assess and you say, and my assessment is a simple one. You have to get offensive linemen and wide receivers. You have to make your offense a threat because the people you're playing against in your own division are defensive-minded
Menaces.
teams, and they feast on making teams without offenses panic.
Yeah.
So you have to go that route. You have no
We-
choice.
Are we going to have any offensive linemen returning at all?
Yeah,
Any of them?
no, not that I'm aware of. I mean, and Joel
Maybe
Bitonio,
Zucker.
Joel Bitonio was mourning the loss of Stefanski, and the two guys had been together since
Birth.
Stefanski. Yeah, they're Siamese twins separated, and but no, we need to get backup people. We need starting people on the line. We have a ways to go here, but you have to make the incremental improvement. And what makes the product better? In my mind, I knew that in the first 6 months of Binghamton, New York, it wasn't going to be all about revenue. It had to be about popularity. It had to be about getting listeners to listen to the radio station. It was putting out money in advertising around the community and being seen everywhere. There's a larger plan, and nobody has done anything to win the Browns fans over. They've done nothing but shit on the fans. And I know trying to explain this to Jimmy Haslam will be like talking to a tree stump. But the bottom line is you've got to get a better product, and you've got to prove that to the fans, because there's nothing more embarrassing than these end of season games where there's more of the other team's fans in the stands than yours.
Yep.
That shit has got to stop. So once you get your draft down, you've already named your head coach at that point. He has to be one thing or another. He's either going to be a defensive specialist or an offensive specialist. And for this team, it better be an offensive specialist. Because you saw when Sam Rutigliano failed with Paul McDonald, E-I-E-I-O, and when Marty Schottenheimer came in the last 8 games of 1984, he was 4-4, and he did it by playing tight to the vest and playing that running game. You get yourself good running backs, you get yourself solid offensive linemen, you get rid of Paul McDonald, you get Bernie Kosar in the supplemental draft, and you don't start him, you start Danielson, and that may be the way it is next year. You may end up starting a vet.
Well, this could be like very similar to the 1984 team next year.
It could very well be.
I think it strikes me as being a very similar situation. And that team was 8-8 and almost beat Miami in the first round of the playoffs.
Yep.
And it's very, very similar. You got two running
You got
backs.
a rookie named Webster Slaughter that year.
Yep.
And you start
Clay
planning.
Matthews, and you had people that could play defense, and
and so Schottenheimer already had worked with the defense, and then Lindy Infante was the frosting on the cake. That's what got us that next step, but we never made that next step because Lindy was gone that quickly. The smart thing to do, if I'm the owner of the Cleveland Browns, is you do whatever you can to keep Jim Schwartz as the defensive coordinator. Might be difficult, but Jim Schwartz if the jobs that are available are the New York Football Giants and the Atlanta Falcons, where Raheem Morris just got
fucking Raiders
shit canned, the Raiders, which Pat Carroll aged 25 years in the time that he was there. Hard to believe that guy was fucking co-eds when he was a college coach.
Well, he could come here and have a go at Mary Kay if he wanted to.
Oh, God.
Sorry for putting that in your head.
It just makes me think of tuna fish.
Oh,
Yeah. So what this is the new sign. It's what I call the dim bulb award. It goes to Mary Kay Cabot.
wow.
Honestly, this isn't a complicated thing. You hire an offensive-minded head coach, and you leave Schwartz to do the voodoo that he do with the personnel, plus some added new people that you get from other teams that you can, like the Malik Collins methodology, or you can name them from the past.
Well, we said the Newsom trade, yesterday, I think, and then that guy got hurt too. So anyway, but yeah, we can find guys on defense. It's the offensive line is terrifying. I can't see hardly any of those 10 guys being back. It's just, yep, Ohio State got crushed by Miami's pro defense.
Yeah. I mean, it's
that was embarrassing to watch.
Yeah, and then you have the Steelers fans, Pat, sorry, it's not really a record for Miles. It's really TJ Watt. And it's like,
and then all these fuckers saying, we did it in a 17-game season. And it's like Roger Maris and the asterisk all over again.
Yeah.
And all go fuck themselves.
Yeah, I'd like to see TJ Watt play on a team as bad as the Cleveland Browns and see how he tried all season long. Fuck him. It's but there are a lot of coaches who've already been fired, still on the hot seat. And this is a real positive take. Haslam doesn't give a shit about the Browns to the fans. That's why he's wanting to build a stadium. Well, we know that. And the reason is this is acceptable in society today.
Yep.
That is the name of the game. People want to be sell your soul. Sell your soul. Sell the people a goddamn Cybertruck that doesn't get the updates that it's supposed to get. Rip people off. The thing falls apart, and you do it just by psyching them up and using the political system to your advantage. That's what Elon Musk did. And when he tried to go against that power, he had to come crawling back on all fours, the little, weak, mentally sick bastard. He had to crawl back on his hands and knees just to get his little thing back, his Tesla thing, so he can continue to make the millions and billions of dollars. This is where, of course, the problem starts. I can only tell you what I would do if I owned the Browns. And what I would tell you is this: I'd have a lot of qualified people working for me, and I would not fail. But Haslam gets in the way of all of that. I'd be the first to admit him doing the right thing is kind of hard to imagine.
Did you watch that press conference he did today?
I caught little sound bites from it.
I watched the whole 11 minutes, and he hit my hot button phrase, which is, I take full responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Which, as you know, from hearing me say that before, is that when you take full responsibility, that means you leave, you get out of town, you shoot yourself. There was a thing in England called the Napoleonic Wars, where Wellington had to go over to Europe and beat Napoleon. And if your regiment lost the king's colors, the flag that regiment flies, you as a commander were meant to shoot yourself. You could not give up the king's colors. This is what Haslam does. He says he takes responsibility, but he doesn't. And who in the modern world these days does? Who resigns when they absolutely fuck up? He's had 14 years of sub 500 football, making billions and billions. That team is worth $3 billion more than it was when he fucking bought it, at the very least.
Yep.
And he doesn't resign. So he doesn't take full responsibility.
Well, no, because his
He
quote was Kevin Stefanski should have won more games this year. And what did you do for him?
He did nothing for him helpful.
And it's not like you can lie and rip people off of their rebate checks, Jimmy. You can cheat and lie your way to the top, inheriting money. You can get into high society, what little there is in Tennessee, the Clampett family or whoever.
Be on the board of the Cleveland Clinic or the Cleveland Orchestra, or get your
Right.
wife to do the Cleveland Orchestra or whatever. Go fuck yourself. You do not speak for Cleveland. You do not speak for any of us. Go fuck yourself.
Yep. And again, he doesn't deserve what the fans deserve. The fans are supporting this and they deserve a winning team. But this guy, he's Elon Musk. He's just counting the money. If he were a Spanish count, he'd be Count de Monet. That's what he would be.
Yeah. Comte de Monet.
Yeah.
COMT.
God. And is it a good idea for the Browns to keep Andrew Berry? Why not? I mean, I don't have one thing to say or another.
He's Haslam's house slave. I mean, let's tell it like it is. He's the fucking house slave for the Haslam Sports Group.
It's like what Samuel L. Jackson in the Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
God, what was the name of that movie?
Oh, not Django and
Django Unchained. Yeah,
Django Unchained.
Yeah, that's what he's like. Yeah. So it starts with the thought of what you want to be. And if Andrew Berry doesn't know what they want to be at this point, and Jimmy Haslam don't know what they want to be, and they're starting all over again, it's like, well, it wasn't analytics, and it wasn't Baker Mayfield, and it wasn't Kevin Stefanski.
And it wasn't John Dorsey, and it wasn't Freddie Kitchens.
Right.
And it wasn't fucking Mike Patton and his dad. And
right.
It wasn't Mike Chudzinski or Greg Chudzinski, whatever. I can't even say his name now.
The Chudmeister. Yeah.
The Chudmeister. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm getting, but hearing him say, I take responsibility for that, I just fucking blew up. And then the other interview you need to watch is the Shadur Sanders one, if you haven't already, because Mary Kay Cabot, right towards the end, was trying to stir the pot to get Shadur to say something controversial, and he wasn't biting.
Right.
So, God, we have the worst owner and we have the worst fucking media in the fucking NFL. And we're supposed to win.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly.
Well, once he pays the hostage fee, he'll be back in Venezuela yucking it up. God. All he has to do is start trading oil in dollars and not yuan. You know, that's what the problem is. He's trading oil to the Chinese in yuan.
So let's see what else I have for people here, because it's so simple. And I'll each step of the way, I'll see if the decisions that are going to be made are consistent toward one goal, or if they're, again, this bifurcated lack of logic, because Andrew Berry says one thing and Jimmy Haslam says another thing and the head coach says another thing. If it's going to be like that, you're not going to win. That's just the way it goes.
I feel better now, though.
And here's another guy. This guy has written like 6 articles in one day.
No,
And I'm not even going to give him a name,
don't
name
name
credit. No,
check him
no.
because-
But by firing Kevin Stefanski, the Browns just created their newest Baker Mayfield figure. Now, you see, I mean, it's just, it's not even
Chewbacca.
sensible.
That's the Chewbacca defense. Again, he's living on the Andor with a bunch of Ewoks. It don't make no sense.
It don't make sense.
It don't make sense.
But I mean, it's like there is no Baker Mayfield figure. He's a 500 to sub 500 quarterback who doesn't win big games. So we
He's
move
like a
right
9-year-old
on.
vet like Sam Darnold and Josh Allen are. He's fucking 30 years old. Get over it, man.
So
Got a kid.
the Browns will pick at first round number 6 and number 13. Okay.
Oh, that sounds lucky. Can we
Yeah.
like trade down and get Mike Junkin? Can we find or, or can,
Always look to Duke for football players. That's the first thing you want to do.
oh, who was that awful defensive back that we got from Oklahoma that like didn't even
Oh.
appear in the league and he was drafted like 8th and we traded down and got him.
Oh,
He could
what
have-
was his name?
Oh,
Oh,
God.
it was
He went to
recent.
the
It was
Steelers, didn't he?
about 6 years ago.
Oh,
I'm
may
gonna
have
look
may
it
have
up.
been
He
longer
was-
ago than that.
He was, it's,
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna find it. I will find it before the end of the program.
I will. I know
I
where
will
it
find
is.
you. I know where you live.
I
will
know
find you.
where it is, and I will find out who it is. So 6 and 13. That's
Wow.
now
It's
for
not-
Gilbert,
Chiefs
yes.
did.
Justin Gilbert,
Justin Gilbert. it is.
winner,
Winner,
chicken dinner.
Thank
Hey,
you. Easy Money 72. We got it on the chat.
money. Little Johnny Manziel.
Johnny-
Yeah. Now,
Justin
Earn Money Now
Gilbert.
72 is a long-term listener of this program. I will have you know that. He used to call himself something different, but I don't. When somebody changes their name, it might be because, they're
Was it Goldfinger? Excuse me.
no.
Not in Booby We Trust.
So yeah,
Who was-
Justin Gilbert,
Is it Stephen
Justin
Delaware?
Stephen Delaware. I mean, I have
Stephen
no
Delaware.
idea. He got
Oh,
off
God,
the
you
train.
know what the other quarterback he could have said? Greedy fucking Williams. that wasn't the one I was thinking of, but we could have had Greedy Williams.
Oh, Browns
or-
fan 85. All right.
That's right.
I don't
All right,
know.
so I just want people to know who he is, so it doesn't look like he's a spammer.
Right.
Yeah, a good fan and a good friend of Moohead Radios.
Kevin Mack fan in this.
Yeah, I
Kevin
mean,
Mack
yeah, he liked to drop plays on napkins.
What?
We've had our share of Lulus, but that's what makes the show
That's
entertaining.
what makes it special. The dysfunctional family.
Whatever happened to Hiram Boyd?
Whatever happened to Hiram Boyd? I have no idea, but he's still mentioned every so often.
He is because he was a legend, and the cap space guy in Booby We Trust. He was awesome. Who used to come up with all these NBA trades. But yeah, who in their right mind would want to coach this team? Yeah,
I don't know.
plenty of people. There are plenty of people who'd love to be a coach in the NFL. There's only 32 of them. There's a hell of a lot more billionaires than 32 NFL coaches.
32 jobs is the reason, Grillin' Sports. That's the
Exactly.
I mean, there's only 32 opportunities.
In
If
the
you can get your
entire
foot in
world.
the door, it makes a career for yourself, and I completely understand that completely. I mean, I get it.
When there's about 900 billionaires and only 32 NFL coaches, loads of people would love to be an NFL coach.
Yeah, and then before I get out of here, I did want to mention the Cavaliers.
Really? Are they playing tonight or tomorrow?
No, it'll be
Wednesday?
tomorrow. A disturbing and illuminating stat was relayed to Kenny Atkinson 90 minutes before tip-off against the Pistons.
Lucille Ball.
Cleveland entered with the league's worst net rating in the second quarter.
Oh God, yeah.
And his response,
I've been there. I've seen those games.
He says, "Well, that's our bench. You saw our bench last year." This is his answer. He goes, "You saw our bench last year. We were playing elite. This year, we've had some good spurts and not so good spurts, but the biggest spurt is that goddamn Lonzo Ball. I thought you were putting me on when you said in 10 minutes he was negative 18. He really was.
No, I wasn't. He really was negative 18, my friend. I wouldn't joke about something that serious. Lucille Ball. That's Lucy.
Lonzo, you got some splaining to do.
Meet me down at the club with little Ricky.
Da 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 da. Lucy, what happened to your head? It looks like a jar. Da, 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 da. You look like a polygon head.
It looks like he tried to fit his head through a cat flap and it got stuck. And he finally pushed his way out and pulled it back out again.
Oh my God.
He is a weird fucker, man.
The Lonzo Ball experience continues to frustrate. I just can't. I mean, my God.
I'm just glad there's not a game tonight because I don't feel like not after last night's fucking Ravens game. I can't cope with any late night games today.
But that, of course, that's what it is, and it's more than that. It's DeAndre Hunter who is just in absentia, and it's hard to understand what's happened. But I did not watch the game. I recorded the game and I never watched it.
Well, you still haven't. I mean, the game that was on during the Browns game, the team that had the better chance of winning was the Browns.
Well, no, it's like, down by 13 points in the fourth quarter, and they had to try to make a last-minute comeback. Because I've watched this so many times.
How many times?
It gets so old.
13.
You know what? Inside me, there is this voice saying,
"No,
they're not going to come back." I've been watching the Rays for years, and they never come back.
Well,
I'm still waiting for Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, and he hasn't come back. Why in the fuck would the Rays?
I mean, is Lonzo Ball the Shelley Duncan of the Cleveland Cavaliers?
He's crippled. He can't run.
That's Johnny Damon then.
Yeah, I mean, bizarre. I mean, you see him going down the court. He tries to kick it into the next gear, and he just starts kind of limping and galloping. It's really weird, and he's horrible. He's got no legs left. He shouldn't even be in the league. He shouldn't be playing. But the real problem with the Cavaliers, you can say, well, it's the bench. That's not the problem. Every time Dean Wade starts playing well, I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
My
knee. It's like,
my knee.
I got a knee contusion. That's about 6 months off for Dean. Every single season, he starts getting it going, and
poor Topaz is looking concerned.
But I mean, it's pathetic, and it's like, and Jared Allen is out with an illness. Jared Allen won't play with a boo-boo. These are all problems.
I was actually at that game at Twickenham too. Jason's 2-7.
You know what's funny? Cardinals fire Jonathan Gannon after a 15-36 record. I didn't even know that Jonathan Gannon was the coach of the Cardinals.
Wasn't he like William Conrad? Didn't he have like a TV program. Was that Canon?
Cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
God
old
almighty.
references for you.
God almighty. Didn't even know. I'll tell you how, But then the Giants general manager, Joe Schoen, is returning despite a 4-13 season. Giants got a Giants.
Wow.
And the Falcons fired Raheem Morris, the most fired man in football. You should see this guy. I'm wondering if I can find Raheem Morris. Let me look this up. He won his last 4 games in Atlanta.
What? And then they manginaed him. They didn't mangina him.
I mean, this guy is 49 years old, but he's been everywhere, man.
I've been everywhere. I walked the line.
What I do sometimes when I go to karaoke.
The burning ring of fire.
No, the one I do is, and it immediately makes people want to commit suicide in the bar. You ready?
Okay, we're ready.
I don't know. I'm going to break up laughing doing it. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. People dropping their drinks and going, stop!
You should sing the song "Gloomy Sunday." That's another good song for you. Look that one up, people.
But listen to this guy's career, Raheem Morris. He was a graduate assistant in 1998 at Hofstra. Then in 1999, he was the defensive backs coach, Cornell. And then he came back to Hofstra to be the defensive backs coach there. Then he was the defensive quality control coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then the defensive assistant in 2003 for the Buccaneers. Then assistant defensive backs coach in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from 2004 to 2005. So far, we're 98, 99, 2000, 2002, 2003, 2004, and then Kansas State 2006. He was the defensive coordinator, and he was shit-canned after that, 2007 and 2008. He was rehired by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as the defensive back coach. Then he became the head coach from 09 to 11 in Tampa Bay. And then the Washington Redskins defensive backs coach in 2012 through 2014. And then the next year he got fired. He went to the Atlanta Falcons as the assistant head coach and defensive pass game coordinator. That was in 2015. Then he got moved up to the wide receivers coach in 2016 in Atlanta. In 2017, he went up again as assistant head coach in Atlanta with wide receivers coach and offensive game coordinator. In 2018, the Falcons then moved him up to assistant head coach and offensive pass game coordinator. And then in 2019, they moved him up to a coach and wide receivers coach. And then assistant head coach and defensive backs coach in 2019 and 2020. He became the defensive coordinator there, and then an interim head coach in 2020. They got a whiff of him as an interim head coach and went, no. And so then the Rams picked him up, kind of like herpes, defensive coordinator there from 2021 to 2023. And then the Atlanta Falcons bring him back as a head coach for 1 year, and he's gone again. Don't hire Raheem Morris, okay? That would be my first suggestion. Don't do that.
Well, they probably already got their Rooney Rule list out already of who they're going to interview. So, is that still a thing? The Rooney Rule? I don't even.
Why is it that they would name a rule after me? What do I have to do with black people? I've never had one on this program before. What do I know about soul food? Red beans and rice didn't miss her. You're Andy Rooney just rapping. I like big butts.
Oh
And
God,
that's
Richard.
no lie. That is no lie.
Richard, are we pathetic enough to hire Coach Prime? Don't give
No.
Jimmy any ideas.
No. I mean, Coach Prime will be lucky if he has a head
No,
coaching job.
Jimmy
next
won't
year.
hire him for the simple reason that Coach Prime will take some of the spotlight away from Jimmy, and he don't want that.
That's true.
He doesn't want somebody with a bigger ego than what he has involved with the team. So that's never going to happen, people. So all you fuckers out there who think that he's going to be the next coach, go fuck yourself. And that's about the 5th time I've said that today.
Yes. Now, karaoke hour on Moohead Radio would be fun. Could you imagine if you could request that Dwayne Stat would sing a song?
I think you got to get the panel involved too. We got to hear Tony the Calf and David Dolevsky and
Stephen Rose,
Stephen Bros in Amsterdam. Get them all out there. Get everybody singing.
Hey, there's Amsterdam, another longtime viewer. Brain damage sets in. You keep listening to this program.
We all are. We're all a little bit brain damaged.
Who in the hell is Sharon Moore?
the coach from Michigan who fucking got
Well done, Tony the Calf. Yeah. Right on the tip of your fingers, man. Yeah.
I hurt myself today.
Mary Kay wants to try some of that.
God.
Yeah.
So this is what you get when a cow is back on Twitter. You will get insults about Elon Musk and bad karaoke. And I can do it in all kinds of different voices too.
Oh, we need the Peter Alice. Peter Alice summing up Kevin Stefanski's career in Cleveland.
You know what? Another thing I did in a karaoke place once.
What?
The KJ says to me, "Well, what song?" And I said, "Feel So Good," Chuck Mangione. And so he's like looking at me, and I go up to the microphone and I go, and they told me to sit my ass down.
You know what we need?
What do you need?
In honor of Kevin Stefanski potentially accepting a new job in the Big Apple.
Oh, the New York guy.
We need Timmy Bartholomew singing
not
Frank
Timmy
Sinatra.
Oh, all right. The unintelligible noises.
And now the end is near, and I must face the final curtain.
Timmy Bartholomew could have been a character on South Park, but people wouldn't have watched it. So I can understand.
You know what?
that.
Timmy Bartholomew sounds a bit like Lucille Ball, actually.
You killed Timmy, you bastards.
Oh, God. At any rate, thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. I just get such a kick out of doing this program. And still plenty of Browns talk to come about who's going to be hired, why, and, and we'll be talking.
Do they need their head examined? And,
we'll have to get our draft Nick in here,
Oh, yeah.
So, because I'm not, and I will do some research, but I'm not good at that stuff.
No, that's for young people to do. Yeah, we're old.
That's true. It's a fine line between Timmy Bartholomew and Dylan Gabriel, but I'll try to do it differently for you, Rick.
And now the end is near, but I can't see over the lineman.
Okay. All right. See, there is technically a difference.
Oh.
I have to get such a pained expression to do Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
He seems like such an unhappy guy. He's like this all the time.
Yeah, he looks very serious. For somebody who's young and from Hawaii, he's far too serious.
Yep.
He should be like a cool surfer dude like Schlesinger is or whatever.
Yeah. Now he looks like Schlesinger looks like the new Clay Matthews, doesn't he?
He does. He does. He's got that hair. He's got that.
He's got the whole thing.
Yeah. You know what I need? I know what I would like. I would like a Jerry Springer homily to encapsulate the past 6 years of Kevin Stefanski. You know,
Starling 4907 wants me to come out. Hey, peekaboo! I see you. No, just come out and say you don't want a block coach, a blocking coach. I don't understand what you're saying, or a black quarterback. I want
a blick coach. I think he means, or a block coach.
A
black coach.
Black coach. He said black.
Black.
We have a black quarterback, and I want him to start next year. But no, I don't hand the keys over to Dylan Gabriel, and I don't, and that's not because I'm Pan-Asian insensitive or insensitive of little people, or I think Shedeur is the best we've got right now, and we run with him and see how he learns whatever the new offense is, and Dylan Gabriel will get the same opportunity. And unfortunately, Dylan Gabriel is not a trading card because
nobody wants it.
Nobody wants that. No, so
I mean, they'd rather have Kenny Pickett, for God's sakes. Yeah.
Oh, Rick May. Broads are more familiar with a blank coach.
We did have Blank and Collier. Was that Blanton? Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I love people who try to start that up, and they don't Starling 4907. I'm married to an African-American woman. It's like, you see, the wonderful thing is this, and there's always one more. Okay.
Yeah. You're the only white person in your house. I mean,
Hey, wait a minute here. I've got some white on my fur. God, I love people in the chat room. People in the chat room make my life. All right, everybody. There's Topazer. Hey, Topaz. There he is.
There he is. Topaz should be coach.
All right, I got to get out of here.
The team would play harder if Topaz was the head coach. He'd bite them if they didn't. Yeah.
Amsterdam. No, I was not on the Jeffersons.
To the side.
Deluxe apartment
in the sky. Yeah. So, but I did watch the Dave Chappelle's last live stand-up comedy routine.
Was he dead?
He was awful. No, this latest one, he was awful. He was not funny at all. And some of the stuff Dave Chappelle used to say would be funny, but I was sitting there just watching it, and I was dumbfounded that it was he just going off on trans people left and right. It's not funny anymore. It's just like he's defensive, and methinks he protests too much. He's probably had a dick inside him.
Wow.
I don't know. Strange shit, but it wasn't funny. So, all right, everybody. Thanks a lot for tuning into this edition of Moohead Radio with many more to come. We'll be back again on Friday, and we'll be talking about, whatever it is we talk about. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and I'll see you Friday. Until then, hasta la vista, Pasture Heads. Good night.
Don't cry for me, Venezuela.